Please take your seat.
BUBUN SAHOO. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
BUBUN SAHOO.
Please take your seat.
Please take your seat and introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. Thank you, sir. Sir, can I put forward?
ଆପଣ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ନା ମାନେ ଇଂରାଜୀରେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଅପସନ୍ କୋଉଥିରେ କହିବା ପାଇଁ?
English.
You can speak in English.
Sir, I am BUBUN SAHOO. I belong to Govt, Odisha. I have
completed
completed my from Govt. Then I did my intermediate from Fakirganj College, Baleshwar. After that, I have completed my graduation from Revenue University, Cuttack. My subject was geology. Then I did my MSc from IAS in Myanmar. Since 2018, I am working with OEDC as a geologist. My hobby is playing and watching.
Right. Yours is geology optional, na?
Geology.
What is the difference between minor and major minerals?
So major minerals, there is Act and Major and Minor Mineral Act. They are listed around 30 minerals, which we call major minerals, and the rest of these are minor minerals. Major minerals are governed by the central government, and minor minerals are the state government, which is large scale use. Those are called major minerals, like iron, manganese, and sand. Other clay minerals are minor minerals.
How can you know that the gold mines deposit or gold deposit mines are abundantly available in a particular area? In Odisha, which are the potential districts or the places? You can name the places also.
So recently, the Geological Survey of India conducted a exploration survey. They find in Govt and Keonjhar also potential for the gold exploration, but there is no huge reserve in Odisha basically. They find in two substances. For example, say placer deposit in the river bed we can find gold, and also from hydrothermal deposit. The India, which is the Kolar goldfield, is the hydrothermal deposit. But right now we don't have any placer deposit in lot of abundant place.
What is the role of Geological Survey of India?
The Geological Survey of India is the leading exploration institute, leading organ of the government of India, which is looking after the exploration survey, starting from minerals to other field survey, structural survey throughout India.
You must have read the newspaper today.
Yes, sir.
There is a president's reference.
Yes.
What is that?
President reference. So president reference to Supreme Court.
In Supreme Court, president reference
Yes,
is
sir.
being discussed. What
So
is that?
As per Article 143, president can give
At the moment, some president reference is being discussed in Supreme Court of India at the instance of President of India.
Yes, sir.
How did it originate? Why there is president's reference?
So when the president have any confusion to the constitutional bill or any bill, he or she can give
We can record to the Supreme Court.
Yes, sir.
What is today's recent discussion
So because
in
of
respect
the,
of this president's reference?
Yes, sir. So Supreme Court recently mandated the president or governor to pass the bill within certain timelines.
To pass, like to give assent
Assent the bill within 3 months.
within a period of 3 months.
Yes.
But then what happens?
So then the president seek clarification that there is no mention of the timeline. There is
Where it is not mentioned?
in constitution.
Ah.
For governor, it is mentioned that as soon as possible. So that's why the president seeks information whether it is constitutional or not constitutional.
Why president is given that authority?
So president only can give seek advisory opinion from Supreme Court. That's why.
But then what is the role of Supreme Court? There are how many organs are there in government?
3 organs, sir.
What are they?
Judiciary, Parliament and Executive.
Parliament,
Legislative.
legislative, executive and judiciary. So what is the role of judiciary? Supreme Court.
So the Supreme Court major role is to seek whether the bill is constitutional or unconstitutional.
The role of Supreme Court is to interpret laws.
Interpret laws, sir. Yes.
Laws passed in the Parliament. If it is not in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution, then the Supreme Court will interpret the laws. So, on that basis, the Supreme Court interpreted this thing. Supreme Court had given the timeline of 3 months in respect of passing the granting assent of that particular bill. So, that is submitted by the State Legislative Assembly or the Parliament. In that case, the timeline provision was not there. 3 months provision was not there in the Constitution. So, therefore, the President of India sought for this advice. What is real? Here in this case, he interpreted in such a manner that not as soon as possible. Interpret the Constitution and not examine facts of individuals. For governors, say कौन कहला a 5-judge Constitution bench headed by the Chief Justice B.R. Gavai, hearing arguments on the 8th day on the presidential reference whether the court could impose timelines for governors and the president to deal with the bills passed by the assemblies, reiterated it would only interpret. This is the interpretation. It is reasonable. That is not as soon as possible. It is reasonable time. So, Supreme Court has finally said that a reasonable timeline is given to the President of India and the Governor to deal with such type of bills presented to the President and the Governors by the Parliament or the State Legislative Assembly respectively. There is a scheme like PMMSY. What is that?
PMMSY.
Matru.
Master Sampada.
Matsya Sampad Yojana. What is that?
Sir, in that scheme.
When was it launched?
Sorry, sir, I don't.
It was launched on 10th of September 2020. So today is 10th of September. How many years it has passed?
5 years.
5 years it has completed. So yesterday, the Prime Minister of India was taking a review on this particular thing, that on completion of 5 years of this particular scheme, what is the benefit? Benefit is 8% growth, fish growth. That means previously it was some 141.74 lakh tons of fish production. Now it has reached 150 metric tons, lakh metric tons production. It is the second highest in the world. What is judicial accountability?
Judicial accountability.
In case of Delhi High Court judge who was found to be guilty, found guilty in the case of amassing much wealth. That is a judicial accountability. That means because as you know that the judicial officers are not subject to the verification of the question by any investigating agencies. They are immune from that. Since you are immune from that, that doesn't mean that you can do any type of thing. That is why there is judicial accountability. You are accountable for your own act of omission and commission. In that case, what is it? Delhi High Court judge na kon?
Vice Burma.
Burma. कौन है लता कोर्ट?
So, impeachment by.
Kind है impeachment.
She has been found a lot of money in that.
किए देखोइला? Who told that there is truth in that particular case? A committee was constituted. A committee headed by a committee. How many members were there? Who were they?
3 members were there.
हाँ किए थे.
So I don't know the name of the.
There are 2 chief justices and 1 justice. They constituted one committee, and the committee inquired into the matter, and they found that there is truth behind this particular
corrupt activities.
Corrupt practices. So for that matter, the Supreme Court asked this particular Burma to resign, tender his resignation. So he didn't tender his resignation. Then only this question of impeachment came. Impeachment situation टा कौन होगा पार्लियामेंट में ना कौन होगा केमती है पारियो What is the procedure of impeachment of two judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court?
Sir, as per the Judges Inquiry Act, any house can.
Now, what is called as DMF?
So DMF was enacted in 2015 by the Minerals and Mine Development Amendment Act. In every district, there will be a DMF fund for the benefit of the local peoples, district mineral foundations.
DMF is District Mineral Foundation या rule है तापर केबे हला कोन हला पताले अगर सबले क्वेश्चन आगा नहीं जी okay similarly what is called as the role of video see you are posted as somewhere as a video and found there in certain village roads there is a lot of accidents. What will be your role?
Sir, I couldn't get the problem. Can it please?
You are posted as video in one block and you see that in a road there is a lot of accident occurring. What will be your role as video?
So the engineers are under my supervisions. So I will guide them to find what are the exact reason for the accident. Then any sort of activities or any sort of any sort of measures we can take. We form a committee so that as per the find SOP, what will you do? Then as per the SOP, we will act.
What is Odia Asmita?
Sir, Odia Asmita माने हमें Odia रे culture
जतले Odia रे कहिब ततले permission नहीं जो मैं speak in Odia you can speak in Odia
सर ओडिया आमे निज को ओडिया रे कल्चर ओडिया रे चाली चलणी और ओडिया रे पर्वपर्वाणी और ओडिया रे भाषा को देछि ओडिया इंग्लिश रे ऑप्शन देछि यू कैन नॉट स्पीक इन ओडिया
जो पर्टिकुलर या कैटेगरी
जल्दी पचार देबे से परमिशन न
ओके
जल्दी बजा परमिशन अगर मैं
एटार उत्तर इंग्लिश रे दबा तो जदी तुम चाहत जे म ओडिया रे देले बेटर देबे
परमिशन न
ठीक है
को ओडिया अस्मिता कहले कोन
सो ओडिया अस्मिता माने हमें निज को ओडिया बोली गर्व अनुभव करिया ओडिया रे चाली चलन ओडिया रे कल्चर ओडिया भाषा ओडिया रे खाद्य को देखि हमें निज को गर्व अनुभव करिया ओडिया अस्मिता कहै छै गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा हैज टू promote this as formed a corpus fund ओडिया अस्मिता fund and made a Palscript museum and Fakirman Basakobi Medhakriti for 20,000 to improve the Odia language and also a Odia University of
बेसी कहे बने
okay
हला लंबे बने कारण तुमको अब फ्रीबीज इन पॉलिटिक्स ए कांसेप्ट अछि सेतरे हमें सुभद्रा योजना को गोटे फ्रीबीज कहे बना एक्चुअली इट इज डायरेक्शन टुवर्ड्स द इकोनॉमिक एम्पावरमेंट
sir एबे तो फ्रीबीज कहि परिबने because recently the ministers are formed a committee for the accountability of the Subhadra Yojana. So freebies जोटी accountable नथियो तकन freebies कहबा but the minister formed a committee how much percentage of money are the women are used in certain activities.
Okay, Babun, please, you are interested or your hobby is cricket.
Yes.
Then who is the highest run scorer in Indian cricket in one day?
Rohit Sharma. Individual score.
Individual.
Rohit Sharma.
Sir, is it correct?
No.
Is it correct?
Yes. In ODI, Rohit Sharma.
In one day.
Yes.
In one day. Okay.
वनडे रे रोहित शर्मा करने विराट कोहली
Rohit Sharma. 267.
Okay.
मैडम का क्वेश्चन कौन मैडम
मतलब माने वन डे रे किए माने पूरा थ्रू इंडियन क्रिकेट रे किए हाईएस्ट स्कोर कर
टोटल स्कोर
टोटल स्कोर दूसरा को
इसका 50
Total score रे विराट कोहली.
ना
बस
क्वेश्चन का
सेति पे
स्लाइड
सारा
डिफरेंस
पचारी माने सेटा ठीक कि नहीं
टोटल स्कोर ना गोटे पर्टिकुलर मैच स्कोर ओके तापर जदी डाउट हला पचार दबा
Okay. Then you know the recent burning issues in Odisha. What is the burning issues in Odisha?
Sir, ma'am, recently a student from FM Junior College has saved immolate herself, and other issue is fertilizer issue right now prevailing in Odisha. And yesterday, some non-student were residing in the Utkal campus. They were being forcefully outside by the officers.
That is in Utkal University, but in Odisha, what is the burning issues nowadays? In recent days,
Nowadays, now fertilizer issue.
fertilizer,
Yes.
women atrocities, violence against women.
Violence.
Fakirborn University, can you say the full form of ICC?
Internal Complaint Committee.
Is there present in or constituted in Fakirborn University?
Yes.
No, it was not there.
It was not there, but
It was not there. Nowadays, the
Nowadays.
state government compulsorily it will be constituted in each and every universities as well as
organized.
colleges. Nowadays, which program the government has implemented?
Shakti Sri.
Shakti Sri Yojana. Can you say anything about Shakti Sri?
So after that incident, the government has launched Shakti Sri app, Shakti Sri Sathi and Shakti Sri Samjojika. Shakti Sri Samjojika will be the female faculty member of the ICC, and Shakti Sri Sathi will be the peer leader of any student of women student, and they will give
How many
training.
students will be there in that committee?
Sorry, ma'am. How many students?
2 or 3. Then one social activist should be there. Then okay. Then
And Shakti Sri app will be there where they will track any complaint or any objection by any student. They will track in that app. Okay.
Then do you know so what is the full form of SSC and what are their activities and how many people are there?
In SSG social help group, around 20 voluntarily women can form a SSG and they can contribute to form a fund and seeking money from the bank and SSG linkage program, and also zero interest from Mission Shakti, and they can get loan and start any small manufacture, small entrepreneurship or small business they can start. This is the financial inclusion program started by government of Odisha. It is originated from Bangladesh.
It was originated from
Bangladesh.
okay. Thank you.